The invitation sat on their kitchen counter for 3 weeks. Cream cardstock with embossed lettering. Marina Chen First Solo Exhibition, Portland Contemporary Art Space, May 5-10, 7 p.m. Mom used it as a coaster. Your sister's dance recital needs us more than your little art show, Dad said when I asked if they were coming. His coffee mug blocked half my name on the invitation. I stood in their kitchen, paint still under my fingernails from installing the last piece. 27 original works. 3 years of work. Gallery representation I'd fought for since I was 19. Okay, I said. Don't be dramatic, Marina. Mom didn't look up from her phone. It's not like this is a real career. Sophia's dancing could actually go somewhere. The recital was Sophia's 4th this year. She was 12. I was 24. I drove back to my studio apartment, the one with north-facing windows I'd specifically chosen for the light. The one I paid for by working 3 jobs while finishing my MFA. The walls were covered in sketches. Ideas, half-finished canvases that kept me up at night. My phone buzzed. Sophia. Sorry they're not coming. Break a leg tonight though. She was the only one who ever asked about my work. The gallery opening happened without them. 73 people came. I sold 4 pieces. The local art critic called my work hauntingly visceral. I stood in the corner drinking cheap wine, watching strangers examine 3 years of my life under track lighting, and felt absolutely nothing where my parents should have been. That night started everything, but the pattern was decades old. When I was 7, I won the district art competition. Mom forgot to pick me up from the ceremony. I waited outside the community center for 2 hours because Sophia had a dentist appointment that ran late. When Mom finally arrived, she asked if I'd remembered to thank the judges properly. She never asked to see the ribbon. In 5th grade, my art teacher called home. She wanted to discuss accelerated programs, special opportunities. Dad told her we couldn't afford extras. That same week, he wrote a $3,000 check for Sophia's dance intensive in Seattle. I found the carbon copy in his office when I was looking for printer paper. High school was worse. I got into a summer art program at the Rhode Island School of Design. Full scholarship, they'd cover everything except travel. I needed $400 for the flight and expenses. That's not a real investment, Mom said at dinner. Dance has clear career paths. What are you going to do? Paint houses? Sophia got $2,500 for new costumes that season. I worked that summer at a car wash instead. Came home smelling like tire cleaner and soap. Spent my evenings painting in the garage with dollar store acrylics, trying to recreate techniques I'd seen in YouTube videos. College applications were a nightmare. I got into 3 art schools. All sent financial aid packages. None were enough, and my parents made too much for me to qualify for additional grants. We're not taking out loans for art school, Dad said. Get a real degree. I went to state school. Majored in business to make them happy. Minored in studio art because I couldn't breathe without it. Worked nights at a restaurant. Weekends at a frame shop. Paid every penny myself. Sophia went to a private university on their dime. $55,000 a year for a dance program. They drove down every month to watch her performances. Brought flowers, posted proud parent photos on Facebook. They came to my state school graduation 40 minutes late because Sophia needed help moving into her apartment. They left before my name was called to beat traffic. The summer after graduation, I told them I'd been accepted into an MFA program in Portland. Teaching assistantship, small stipend, manageable debt. You're 22, Mom said. Time to grow up and get a real job. This is a real job. I'll be teaching, showing my work. Teaching kindergartners finger painting, Dad interrupted. Sophia's joining a professional dance company. That's a real achievement. I moved to Portland anyway. They didn't help me pack, didn't say goodbye. Sophia drove up with me, helped me unload my beat-up Honda, bought me dinner. They don't get it, she said. But I think you're amazing. She was the only one who ever saw me. The MFA program was brutal and beautiful. I worked as a TA, taught undergrads, painted until 3 a.m. most nights. My thesis advisor, Dr. Patricia Hoffman, saw something in my work. She started making introductions, opening doors. You have a voice, Patricia said one night in her office. Her walls were covered in photos of former students, successful careers, gallery openings in New York and London. But you're painting scared. Like you're apologizing for taking up space. She was right. Every canvas felt like I was stealing something I hadn't earned. Stop painting for permission, Patricia said. Paint like you already belong. It took 2 more years to unlearn that fear. My thesis show sold out. Every single piece. A collector from Seattle bought 5 works. A gallery owner from San Francisco asked for my contact information. Another from New York wanted to discuss representation. I called my parents from the celebration dinner. That's nice, honey, Mom said. Listen, can we talk later? We're at Sophia's showcase downtown. They never called back. At 27, I signed with a gallery in San Francisco. Real representation, monthly stipend, studio space. I quit my restaurant job, started painting full-time. My work began appearing in group shows, regional exhibitions. My parents never asked about any of it. Sophia got married at 23. I was a bridesmaid. Mom spent the reception telling relatives about Sophia's dance career. When someone asked about me, she said I did art stuff in California. I just had a piece acquired by the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. By 30, I'd shown in galleries across the West Coast. My prices climbed from $800 to $8,000 per piece. I couldn't paint fast enough to meet demand. A collector in Los Angeles started buying everything I produced. Dad ran into someone from high school who mentioned seeing my work in a magazine. He called me for the first time in 8 months. Why didn't you tell us you were doing well? He asked. I tried, I said. You were always busy. Well, don't be a stranger. We'd love to see your work sometime. I never sent photos. The international breakthrough happened unexpectedly. A curator from London saw my work at Art Basel, Miami. She wanted to include 3 pieces in a group exhibition at the Saatchi Gallery. Then a collector from Tokyo commissioned an entire series. Then galleries in Berlin, Hong Kong, Singapore. I was 32 and suddenly global. My work explored themes of invisibility, family dynamics, the space between seen and unseen. Critics called it emotionally devastating and uncomfortably honest. Every painting was a conversation I'd never been allowed to have out loud. I opened my first gallery in Portland, then San Francisco, then New York. By 34, I had 5 locations across 3 countries. Revenue hit 8 figures. My name appeared in art publications, design magazines, cultural trend pieces. My parents had no idea. I'd stopped calling them years ago. They never noticed. Sophia kept me updated. Mom's book club, Dad's golf league, their vacation to Hawaii. Normal life for normal people with their normal, successful dancer daughter. She'd retired from dancing at 28, taught at a local studio now. She was happy. I was happy for her. She was still the only one who asked about my work. They don't deserve you, she said during one of our monthly calls. They never did. I know, I said. And I finally meant it. The Vogue feature happened because of a celebrity collector. An actress bought 7 of my pieces for her homes in LA and Manhattan. Her interior designer posted photos. Vogue's editor saw them, reached out, wanted to do a profile. The artist you don't know but should. Marina Chun's $8 million empire. Redefining contemporary art. The headline read. 6 pages. Photos of my galleries in Portland, New York, Tokyo. My Brooklyn studio with 20-foot ceilings. Interview quotes about finding your voice, building success on your own terms, creating art that refuses to apologize. One photo showed me in front of my largest piece, a 12-by-16-foot canvas titled Invisible. The issue hit newsstands on a Tuesday in September. By Wednesday morning, my phone had 47 missed calls from my parents. Texts poured in. Marina, call us now. Why didn't you tell us? We need to talk immediately. Your father is very upset. I was in Tokyo for a gallery opening. I silenced my phone. Sophia called that afternoon. They saw the Vogue article. Mom literally screamed when she recognized you. Dad's been calling everyone they know. They're freaking out. Let them, I said. They want to come to your New York gallery. They're talking about flying out this weekend. They're not on the guest list. I said. They won't get in. Thursday brought emails. Mom wrote 3 paragraphs about how proud they were, how they'd always believed in my talent, how they'd love to see my work finally. Dad sent a shorter message asking about investment opportunities in my galleries. I deleted them all. Friday, they showed up at my Portland gallery. The manager, Jessie, called me in Tokyo. There's a couple here claiming to be your parents, she said. They don't have an appointment. They're demanding to see you. I don't have parents, I said. Please ask them to leave. They're causing a scene. The woman is crying. Call the police if they don't leave in 5 minutes. They left in 4. The voicemails got desperate. Marina, please, we just want to talk. You can't shut us out like this. After everything we've done for you. We're your parents, you owe us a conversation. I owed them nothing. By Saturday, their financial situation surfaced. Sophia called with the news. Dad had taken early retirement at 60, counting on investment income. The market hadn't cooperated. Their savings were depleting faster than planned. Sophia's dance teaching didn't pay much. They'd been counting on her making it big. Now they were looking at their other daughter. The invisible one. The one with galleries on 3 continents. Mom asked if you could help out, Sophia said quietly. She mentioned the price of that one painting. Said you could easily spare some money for family. What did you tell her? That she had 34 years to invest in you and chose not to. I smiled for the first time in days. Sunday brought the nuclear option. They posted on Facebook. Long, emotional paragraphs about their talented daughter, Marina, and how proud they were of my unexpected success. Photos of me as a child with paintbrushes, pictures they'd never cared about before. Comments poured in from relatives, family friends, people who'd never once asked about my work. People who knew better started commenting. My high school art teacher. I tried to tell you about her talent 20 years ago. My MFA advisor. Marina built this entirely alone. Former classmates who remembered me working 3 jobs. Funny how you're proud now. The post disappeared within hours. Monday, they hired a lawyer. Sent a letter claiming I used family resources to build my career and they deserved fair compensation for their investment. The letter mentioned the $3,000 dance intensive, the private university tuition, as if somehow those expenses for Sophia meant I owed them money. My lawyer laughed until she cried. They can't be serious, she said. Send them a bill, I said. Every art supply I ever bought myself, every application fee, every piece of tuition I covered. With interest, the total came to $127,000. They never responded. 6 weeks after the Vogue article, their house went up for sale. Sophia said they were downsizing, moving to a cheaper area. Dad looked for part-time work. Mom stopped posting on social media entirely. I never reached out, never sent money, never returned calls. At Christmas, a card arrived at my New York gallery. Generic drugstore card, signed by both of them. We miss you. We'd love to reconnect. We're sorry we didn't understand your path. We're proud of you now. I threw it away without opening the envelope fully. Patricia's voice echoed in my head. Stop painting for permission. I didn't need their pride. Didn't want their understanding. Didn't require their approval. I had 5 galleries. Had museum acquisitions in 7 countries. Had a voice that refused to apologize for existing. I had Sophia, who'd always seen me. Patricia, who taught me to see myself. A community of artists, collectors, students, people who understood that value isn't measured by your parents' attention. 3 months later, I opened my 6th gallery in London. The opening night was packed. Critics, collectors, artists I'd admired for years. Sophia flew in from the States, stood beside me during my speech. In the back corner, I'd hung a small piece. 6 by 8 inches, barely noticeable among the larger works. A child's painting, simple brushstrokes, the kind of thing you'd see on a refrigerator. The placard read, First work, age 7, never displayed, $0. It was the piece from the district competition. The one Mom had forgotten to pick me up for. I'd kept it all these years, stored in a portfolio, waiting for permission to matter. Now it hung in a London gallery with my name on the door. A collector offered me $50,000 for it. I told him it wasn't for sale. They gave me nothing, but nothing became my freedom.
If you've ever been told your dreams weren't real investments,
Remember this: the people who can't see your value don't get to witness your success.
share your story in the comments and hit subscribe for the next one.